Russian President Vladimir Putin is in crisis mode. After approximately 2.5 years of fighting, his military still hasn't been able to take Ukraine. In fact, for every territorial gain comes an even fiercer Ukrainian response. Worse yet for Putin, that response is increasingly being backed by the rest of the world. Hundreds of billions of dollars in military aid have been sent to Ukraine, with commitments being made for many billions more. Plus, Putin now has to face up to the fact that his actions have resulted in many NATO members taking steps to rearm themselves so that they are prepared for a possible conflict with Russia. This was not how the annexation of Ukraine was supposed to go. Russia anticipated storming in and taking the country in a matter of weeks, with the West not even having a chance to respond. That didn't happen. Still, at least it's just the West Putin has to worry about, right? It's no surprise that Russia's age-old enemy has come to Ukraine's defense. To Putin, this is just another example of the West trying to exert geopolitical control over the rest of the world by sticking its collective nose into business with which it has nothing to do. Except it's not just the West that opposes Russia. Since the outbreak of the Ukraine war, Japan has positioned itself as not only a partner to Ukraine, but an increasingly viable enemy to Russia. Now the country has dealt another devastating blow to Putin's ambitions and, with further changes to its internal policy, could become an even bigger thorn in the Russian president's side. That brings us to the video. We're going to dig into the latest devastating blow Japan has dealt Russia, along with exploring everything else that Japan is doing to oppose Putin's regime. You'll also learn why all of this is happening in the first place before we explore the key debate that rages on about Japan's approach to the Ukraine conflict. But first, the devastating blow. In February 2024, officials from Japan and Ukraine met to discuss a new investment treaty that could essentially act as a way for Japan to funnel money into Ukraine, even as it faces constant bombardment from Russia. During those treaty negotiations, Japan reaffirmed a vow it made at the beginning of the conflict to continue providing support to reconstruct Ukraine. Those talks were extremely productive. Japan